Felt good, getting back in there after a while. Yeah, it was okay.
Did you feel like a little rusted? You felt natural, like?
No, I felt pretty natural. Didn't feel too rusty, but I was just things to work on. But I felt pretty good.
Akira, how difficult has this stretch over the last couple weeks been? Not being able to play is probably as much as you would have wanted to, and then having to go back in.
Yeah, obviously, but I got a lot of practice in me during that time, so I got time to work on things and really focus on working on some of the details we've been talking about.
The second goal, is that just a bad bounce there?
I don't know what happened there. I gotta rewatch the replay.
Bounced off the back of your skate.
Oh really? I'm lucky.
Was it at all like a mental weight coming into today, knowing how important the game was and not having had a start here in a couple months?
Not really. You want to win every game, obviously, but especially now it's more important. But you just got to go in with the mindset, of playing your game and sticking to the system.
And on the third goal, did you just lose sight of it as it bounced?
No, he got the puck, so took it over, stepped over. So I'm expecting a shot, and then he just rips it back door. And, yeah, get a weird bounce there too.
How did you, obviously even on the first, how did you see the second period?
Well, I think it obviously got away from us. They had some opportunities, went up 2-0, and obviously we were chasing it ever since.
You had some opportunities too. Is that just tough there? A little frustrating not being able to cash in as a team?
Yeah, they play well defensively. They've won. They're champions. They have a lot of those guys over there, so they know what to do and how to win games. And obviously they did a better job of playing the game today than we did.
When you talk about winning games, blocking shots, there was a big difference today. How difficult, or what do you have to do when a team is blocking that many shots?
We have to do a better job of recovering pucks and just keep getting after it. That's hockey. That's playoff style hockey. Every team, like I said, they're a team that has won and been through it, so they know how to win. So we obviously struggled, with that tonight and couldn't find a way.
Tyler, obviously they're two different teams, but what worked well yesterday versus today that you weren't able to, get that win? Was there anything?
No, I think that we had our looks, our opportunities. We obviously didn't cash in when we needed to. I thought our power play had some good looks and some good opportunities, and had a chance to get us right back in it. And obviously we didn't do that in the third.
When it gets to this point in the season, you guys are really trying to make that last push. Do you start feeling the weight of those losses even more at one point?
Yeah, every game matters, every point matters, whether it's one or two. And obviously it was a big game for us tonight or today, and obviously we didn't find a way.
Tyler, I think it was just 3 shots on goal for the team in the third. Do you think obviously more sense of urgency is needed?
Like I said, they did a good job blocking shots. We had some good looks on the power play, didn't cash in, and that was, I think, kind of the difference maker in the third period.
You go on the road now, just the emphasis now in this 3-game road trip.
The emphasis was there even before this weekend. We, like I said, we know every point matters, whether it's 1 or 2, and we have to realize that. We have to find ways to bear down on our opportunities, and if we can, find a way to score goals late and tie it up and push it to overtime, anything can happen in overtime or shootout.
How tough is it to listen to the crowd late when they're upset?
Obviously it's not fun, but they're passionate fans, and at the end of the day, we're trying our best. So hopefully we can have a successful road trip and come back and be in a better spot than we are right now.
Ryan, obviously, you always want the win, but what did that mean to you to be able to get in your first NHL game after the journey you've taken to get here?
Yeah, it was obviously, very special skating out there for the warm-ups and kind of take it in. And then, once the game starts, you just, try calm the nerves and just, do whatever you can to, try play your game, what got you here. And, just try to keep it simple. And,
what goes through your head when you do take that first shift, right? And you talk about needing to calm yourself down. Anyone does. Does it just feel like regular old hockey at one point?
Yeah, of course. Of course, it's an elevated stage. It's the NHL. And yeah, just first shift, just wanted to get the puck in and get on the forecheck, and don't do anything. My game's pretty meat and potatoes, but don't do anything. Out of your skill set.
Yeah.
Just try to keep it simple and.
What does it mean to you that you've been given this opportunity by the Devils? You were the one called up in this moment.
It certainly means a lot. Everyone always says, just play where your feet are, and that's what I've tried to do so far. Not worry about these kind of things, and I think that's kind of helped my play this year, and I think that's the only way to. That's kind of the only way to go. I think Fitzgerald said it last year at training camp. Just play where your feet are, and you do the best you can, and that's what I've tried to do.
I saw you in warm up. Was that your wife and your daughter? What was that like to have them here and that warm up moment?
Yeah, that was special. I think my daughter's a little too young to realize what's going on.
But you get it.
It's fun for me and my wife to. Kind of share that moment with our daughter.
How'd you see today as far as opportunities and only a couple shots in the third period?
I thought the first 40 was a pretty even match. I thought the third period, their energy totally out-exceeded ours. And again, our back-to-back power plays let us down. I think it just took the energy out of the team.
Lindy, when you see 25 to 8 and block shots, is that something... is that effort, or do you think that you got to find a way to get around that? Well,
you got to find a way to get around, some of those block shots. Obviously, they're doing a good job. Some of it is lanes, is moving. Some of it is getting to a lane a little bit quicker. Some of it is you just got to work it by. You can't put it into the guy that's in front of you, and you're shooting off guys off the side of the net.
Lindy, when you talk about that third period that you mentioned there, is it an effort thing? Like, how do you sort of see where that energy wasn't engaged in the same way?
Well, I think you saw a power play that got almost a minute and a half, and we have one last play, and we got them tired. They can't get off the ice, and we make an ill-advised pass. I thought our passing, I thought leaving the zone, our passing was probably the biggest issue in the game tonight. Like our D moving the puck up to our forwards wasn't crisp. And when you don't move it out of your zone and you don't have that connection, when we're connected moving up ice, you have a chance to create some offense. I think you saw a little bit of that in the second period, but again, start the third period, passing was just not on the mark.
Lindy, it's now, I think, 6 points out of the wild card race, and you hear the fans at the end there chanting calling for your job. I mean, how much responsibility do you take for the season the way it's gone?
I take full responsibility. This, you want to win. We've dealt with a lot. Players want to win. I'm responsible for the wins and losses and who gets on the ice, who doesn't get on the ice. I've said this before. We got a very passionate fan base. They want to see wins, and I think again in a back-to-back, and if you look at our home record, that part hurts. So I feel fully responsible.
Does the job security creep?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I'm in a business where job security is what it is.
Lindy, when you have those just 3 shots in the third period, potentially the biggest game of the season right now, is it a lack of urgency from your team?
I think you got to give them credit. They were on top of us on a lot of situations. But again, I thought execution getting up the ice is probably what hurt us. There wasn't. If you look at the first 40, there wasn't a lot of opportunities going either way, and then they garnered. I mean, we earned a couple power plays, and I thought that was where we could have got the energy. You even look at the quick, 3-on-2 low on the one power play with Nico. We didn't execute there, where I thought the night before that part of the execution was better. And then at the end of the night, you end up with 3 shots. I thought at the start of the first period, same thing. We had a Brat play. He went seam, didn't shoot it. We had a Nemec play, went seam, didn't shoot it. Those are plays where we talked about we got to get the puck going to the net. You got to funnel. We don't know how many we're going to get. You got to funnel them to the net. And I think by the end of the night, that all caught up on us.
And the other day we talked about the health of the team and especially Jack. Does it seem like maybe for Jack more than others, it's affecting his game? It seemed like he had a tough one today.
I'll say this again. We have some guys that this is the time of year where you're playing through stuff. We have players playing through stuff. Jack is one of them, obviously. So just got to move on to the next game. Thanks.